Dreaming of owning a property in a prime location with great proximity and fantastic neighborhood? EJ Investments Sanyang Seaview Estate is the best choice you have been waiting for. Our Sanyang Seaview Estate is approximately 15 minutes drive away from the busy hub of Brusubi roundabout and into the heart of nature, where you can have a peaceful and relaxed lifestyle with your family. You can buy a finished 4-bedroom story with 5-year flexible payment plan or a service plot with 2-year payment plan option. With over 300 homes, you will enjoy big tar roads with covered drainage, modern electrification with solar street lights, gated entrance with security post, and a breath-catching experience of our beautiful sea view and lake view. You can own a home today at our Sanyang Seaview Estate. Call us today on 446-4838 or 325-9220. Visit our website on ejinvestments.net. EJ Investments, first in property.
It is indeed very pleasing to have Genjoro linking with an institute in America, I think it's in Ohio, to at least come with these important standards, where we are given the opportunity to at least benchmark it to our standards. Indeed, this will go a long way in enhancing the teaching and learning, especially the hands-on activities in the standard book, in our curriculum. So, without going further, I will use this opportunity to introduce to you the high table. In brief, I just want you to know the essence of the gathering. From my immediate left is Mr. Lamin Mane. Mr. Lamin Mane is the Director of Tertiary at NAQAA. After Mr. Mane, you have Madam Wright. Madam Wright is the team leader for the beautiful consultants that are here with her from America. And then next is Madam Fatou Gay. Madam Fatou Gay, you know, is the brain of this important gathering here. She is the proprietor of Genjoro. Next to Madam Gay is Mr. Drame. Mr. Drame is the CEO of GAIPA. Is the enterprise director of GAIPA. And also a board member. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. So, without going further, I would like to invite Madam Gay, at least to once again welcome the guests.
Good morning once again. Mr. Kinte, Mr. Mane, Ladosa, Mr. Drame, and everybody here respectfully observe. We're indeed very happy today to be here. To be here to launch a document that will help us to further enhance the learning that we do in the cosmetology industry. It is really timely for us and all other institutions in the Gambia. As Mr. Mane said, we've been trying to do curriculums. I've worked with him 7 years ago, working on a curriculum that we were just copying and pasting and trying to benchmark it. But today, we are so happy that we have experts from the US to come and support us to do this. So when I met Ladosa in 2012, it was the same thing that we're doing today, because she saw our school online and asked whether hairdressing, braiding, we do it and we get accreditations for it. I said, yes, we do. And she was surprised. She said, because the black people in America said that this is just inherited from them and they can do it anyhow. So I said, it's not the way. Then they spoke to the embassy facilitated my going to the US in 2012. I went and I talked to the Senate and the State Board. The State Board is just like the NAQAA. When I talked to them, after a year, she called and said, a law has been passed because of the support that you did for us. So since then, we've been collaborating and then doing things together. And last year, she wrote a book, What They Don't Tell You at the Hair Salon, and dedicated the book to me. And they wrote again to the embassy. They called, and then I went again with my kids for the book launching. I've got the book here. I will share with some of you here. So this year, she said she must come to the Gambia and do the curriculum for us, and also donate a library to the school. When she sent the curriculum, it was very heavy, a 102-page curriculum. I looked at it and I said, this is too big for us. And our mission at Gainjora is to get youths off the streets. So not just youths of Gainjora, but youths of the Gambia. That's what we mean. So I came to NAQAA, talked to Mr. Mane and Mr. Jau. And Mr. Jau said, this can be a national document. I said, then I give it back to NAQAA. You take it, own the document, and we all share. So this is how it comes today. We all come back here to validate the document so that it can be a national document that we can use and give the best in the cosmetology industry. So we all share, and all youths of the country doing this trade will have the best and also give the best quality, as it is a requirement for NAQAA to license and accredit us. So we are indeed pleased to have you here, Ladoza, for you to come back to the motherland, as you said, to talk about peace, love, and hair. So we welcome you, and we know that this document will take us a long way. Yes, and we're here to work with you together to validate the document and then use it as a national document. Thank you. And I would like to also thank NAQAA for the initiative they've taken to financially do everything. I didn't spend anything on this today. Mr. Jau said, just go and be rest assured that it will be done by NAQAA. This is the support that we need from government, and we're getting it. We get the support from NAQAA. Anytime we step in here, we want to do something, they'll fully support us. That is why anytime they need us to, we will always come. Thank you very much, Mr. Mann, and extend that gratitude to Mr. Jau and the whole team. Thank you.
I would first of all say thank you to the Almighty for having sent us to Gambia. I mean, these 5 angels who have come up, or who've got a very good heart, a heart of gold, to come and share with us in the Gambia. And I would also extend that to NAQAA for having accepted this as a national document and want to use it for everybody else, you know, who is in this very profession. And that's why she said we all share. And on that, you know, we are very grateful. I come from the Gambia Investment and Export Promotion Agency. Our role is to support entrepreneurs and enterprises, also facilitate investment. This is an investment, a different investment, not the one that somebody comes and set up a company, but this is the one that facilitates for people to set up their own businesses. So I think in that, it is an investment for this country that we all must cherish and hold and make sure we support Gainjoro and NAQAA to see to it that this document is put to use in the best way possible. Standards are important, and that's why NAQAA exists. You know, especially education. There has to be standards. Just a few minutes ago, I was talking to Mr. Mane, and we were talking about standards in the health sector. You know, looking at what's happening in our hospitals. And I said to him, I think you guys should step up and then make sure that it's part of your curriculum. And they said even the SRN, the state registered nurses course, they're setting standards for it. So I think on that, NAQAA, I think you are on the right path, and continue to make sure that, you know, the standards for this country, you know, are in place, because if not, it's only disaster that we're going to reap. Because if you look at cosmetology, this is beauty. And if you don't do it the right way, the effect it can have, I'm just talking from a layman's point of view, it can have on the skins of women, and who knows what could happen to their faces and other things. So if you have the right standards, I think it's a, you know, step in the right direction. And I won't be saying much. I just want to extend our support, you know, to all the institutions involved, all the stakeholders. I'm sure I have seen, you know, all the champions. Vicky is here, I've recognized SAS is here, Adam, and I think, they are all champions in this particular domain. Others that I didn't mention, probably I didn't know your institutions, but I'm sorry, but it's just to say, to recognize some of them, that all of them are here, they're all beauticians doing the same thing, and for her to come and say, this is not competition, okay? This is, for us to come together, look at what is best for our nation, and support our women. I think that is a noble gesture. And on that, I will say thank you to Genjoro for sharing, and also thank you to NAQAA for accepting, looking at the document, and then, today validating the document that it can be shared nationally. And thank you to the angels, like I call them, for having had the heart of gold to share with us, their wisdom, their knowledge, and everything that they've brought. Thank you very much.
Now, with this intervention by our American friends, the standards would solely be boosted. They will solely be boosted. And there will be more international standards. They will be more in line with the international standards. That is going to be used in the Gambia. And I'm sure anybody who has got the qualification, when you go to United States of America, for you to be able to go into the beauty, cosmetology, and nail and hairdressing, you should be able to fuse into the labor market very, very easily. So on that note, once again, we thank the team, especially from America. We are indeed very, very grateful. On that note, I'll hand over the baton to Madam Wright to at least also show her some of our excitements.
And I would like to thank everyone. Thank you again so much. I appreciate this opportunity. What I would like to do is, first and foremost, is to my elders, my brothers and sisters of the Gambia, we call it the motherland back home. I would just like to truly clarify that the United States, we hold our standards of beauty to Africa. So I would like to make this abundantly clear that it is unfortunate that the results of colonialization and slavery has caused some confusion to people of the African diaspora and as to how we should look and feel about ourselves. In America, we have always wanted to trace our roots back to the motherland. Unfortunately, we have always been denied that process. It has only been recently that the United States has even began to tell us another narrative of our heritage in Africa that is not from slavery. So this curriculum is truly, truly an African-based curriculum. The foundation of it is in the culture of all of us as Africans, which is that we all represent the potential for greatness. And the curriculum also is about the diversity. It's also about the infinite income earning potential. And it's mostly about creativity as we protect and respect the public safety and health. And so the curriculum also has an aspect of collaborative efforts so that we can make sure that we are including what all the various communities and cultures and tribes have here in the Gambia. So this is inclusive. This is not an exclusive. So this is family, and to my understanding, this is very African. So I really wanted to make that clear that even though in the United States, our standards of cosmetology is solely around public safety and sanitation. The standards of cosmetology in the United States is not about hairstyling. It is a very, 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 very lucrative industry. And the purpose of writing the curriculum, what drove us to do this, is for you guys to be on the platform. The world needs to see the beauty of work, of hair, the artistry in makeup, the artistry in nails that takes place on this country, on this continent. And the world turns to Africa for beauty, not just in hair, not just in skin, but in fashion and how to treat people and how to work together. This is what we do as Africans. So you can rest assured that you guys will be trendsetters once again. And in the home of Kunta Kinte, this is such an honor. I know my parents are no longer with me, but to all my colleagues at home at the Reverend Design Team Hair Salon, to all of my former supervisors, the Ohio State Board of Cosmetology, definitely former Senator Shirley Smith, because it was she who taught me that in order for you to make a change, LaDosha, you need to galvanize people who are like you. And you guys are people like me. At home, I come from a place where I didn't have much either. I was a high school dropout. You know, I didn't want to listen to my parents. I had a very bad attitude, but I changed my personality. And I was only able to do that per his statement, education. So the curriculum is about your education. It's about your involvement. You get to change it. You get to modify it as trends come and go. So again, this is what we do as Africans, and I promise you that when you guys look into this curriculum, the words might sound a little fancy, but when you really, really look into it, you will say, this is something my mother told me. This is something my father told me. I saw my aunt do this. So we are going to show the world that hair textures and hair types are not about race. They are about people. We are going to show the world that hair care is about creativity. We are going to show the world that Afro hair is not difficult to manage. It is not nappy, it is not kinky. We are going to require and demand the world to remove all of those terminologies about our hair from about our people, because these are not words that we have ever used to describe anything in nature as something negative. That is very un-African. So this, you can rest assured that this curriculum reflects the mighty, 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 wonderful people of the Gambia.
The message was very, very clear and very, very inspiring. And I hope definitely those of us who develop these standards that we are coming to look at would definitely bear with me that we will have a lot of things to learn from our guests. And then without no going further ado, I'll invite Mr. Lamin Mane, who is taking forth for the CEO NAQAA. Mr. Mane, the floor is yours.
I thank you very much, Mr. Kinte. May I seize this opportunity in the first place to apologize on behalf of the CEO. He felt sick this night, and as a result, he cannot be here with you today. He would have loved to be here, but he called me that he's not feeling well. On that note, I'm apologizing on his behalf. I think you have said almost all. I don't think I will waste much time since the day is going very fast. But what I want to do is to welcome our sisters. I will call them our sisters because even though they are in US, they are our sisters. They are black like us, as expressed by Madam Wright. I know sometimes when you are outside, even those of us that went out, when you are outside, that's the time you appreciate Africa more. You don't know about this place until you are out of this place. So you will always be excited when you compare what is in Europe or in America and Africa. We have a lot, but sometimes people don't tend to know it. But it's a pleasure for them to come, share with us their knowledge, experience, and expertise. The document that is here before me here, I believe that it will help us a great deal in making sure that we improve on the existing standards we have already developed. So I think the task will be much easier because already you have something that they have brought, there is already something that is with us. So it's a question of looking at these two, try to improve on the existing one. You are likely to find a lot of things here that are not in our own developed standards. So what I will advise is please try to look at this document and try to develop it in terms of levels. because we have already got our different levels from level 1 to level 5, level 6, level 7, and so on and so forth. So please make reference to those level descriptors so that the required skills and knowledge that is at each level, you try to peg these documents along that line so that the usage or the implementation becomes much easier. And the second thing I want to advise is make sure you keep the contact with your sisters, with our sisters, so that when they go back, during the implementation process, if there are any need for any consultation or discussion on anything, it will be much easier than just work here today and tomorrow and no contacts. Then it might be a little bit confusing when you want to do certain things and maybe you want to make 1 or 2 consultations. So my advice will be to keep the contacts, get in touch at all times, so that I can see this as just the beginning, so that more can be done later. Because if you are able to work on this and implement it successfully, I believe that the kind of expertise, the kind of enthusiasm they have shown, the kind of love they have shown for the place and the people here, they will be able to share with you more of what they have. And maybe they can be in touch with some other people that would also want to emulate what they have done, and that the contact will be much easier. So for me, I don't think I will waste much of your time. On behalf of the Governing Council, the CEO of the authority, management, and the entire staff, I want to welcome all of you and wish you a successful 2-day working session. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
My name is Fatou, the Executive Director of Genjaro Skills Academy.
You invite these people to the Gambia. What is the purpose and how will their coming to Gambia benefit young people?
The purpose is to support the education of cosmetology in the Gambia, to give us the best curriculum that the Gambia has never had a curriculum as you've had in cosmetology. So they're here to standardize that and give us the one with quality that we can use, and it goes across the board for other schools to also use, and we all have a standard that we follow and give the best in the skills. We're opening a library. I'm supported by the Cleveland Public Library in Ohio. We're opening the library on Thursday at the school, and the library will be open for everybody to come in. We have different books from different walks of life sent by the Public Library in Ohio, and also Black Dot. So we have Black history books, we have books in cosmetology, tailoring, catering, and all the skills that we do, and also books of different walks of life. So the library will be open for everyone. As soon as we open it on Thursday, anybody can come in and read, do a research as well. Okay. We'll hope to achieve a curriculum that can be adapted in the Gambia and be used for all schools, because it was for us, but we said it's too big for Genjaro, but we wanted it for the whole Gambia so that everybody can use it. So we're hoping that at the end of the program, we'll be able to use that and everybody will be benefiting from it. Yes, and then we have other projects that we're talking about too, which we will also want to work on. Yesterday we visited the embassy and we've talked to the deputy head of mission about the objectives and the stuff that we would like to do in the future in collaboration and doing exchange between here and there.
Yeah, and in fact, sometimes we see that girls use makeup at rough times, or they will put on makeup, they will look funny. So can you tell us what are the times that one can use makeup and what kind of makeups they are supposed to use during this season?
Thank you. Makeup can be used at any time, but it depends on the occasion that you're using the makeup for. There are different types of makeups, right? If you go into an office, there's a way that you have to do a makeup. If you're having a wedding, if you're having a naming ceremony, all those stuff, all those periods have their own types of makeup. So if you learn it and learn the best way, that is why we wanted this curriculum to be enacted. So because if it's enacted, then we can use it and do the best way that it should be done, and then people will know the different times and different occasions to use the makeup and how to apply them.
Thank you.
My name is LaDosha Wright, and I'm a licensed cosmetologist over in the States, and I'm also an author.
Okay.
Yes.
So is this your first time in the Gambia?
This is my absolute very first time to the Gambia, and to Africa for that matter.
All right. And how do you feel about that?
I feel very emotional. I also feel very excited, and I'm for certain that I'm very blessed.
Okay. So I understand you're here in the Gambia to know more about the culture when it comes to braiding. How will you, as a cosmetology, help enhance young people's skill here in the Gambia?
All right, so my goal in enhancing everyone's cosmetology skills is really around the educations and the intricacies of understanding hair on people as a nation, ethnicity with different values. And so the more we look at hair textures and types per the individual versus races, that gives a cosmetologist a competitive advantage, because there are a lot of myths about hair, particularly textured hair, and who has it and who doesn't. So when we empower and educate cosmetologists to understand the science of scalp and hair, they can better serve the community at large on a global scale versus local. That gives them definitely greater income earning potential. That is, hair is black and white. So we want the world to know that hair is not as black and white as they would like for you to believe, but that hair is the individual, aspect of physicality. So that's what the book is all about.
Yaran yilla domoro kadiyata.
Boy, janno CK's restaurant.
Sa NAQAA be ninna dimbal. Nimba domoro kala janno.
Domoro seneyata adiyata topotoro fanan kendema bije. Luntan during tamala abeka domoro ki janni. Adi manda wala de. Teka we bijele anim fanan ka fadi jang ikono e fa. E ka fa minne ko pastry anim bakery. Iko fanan be kalele. Badde lomba conference lomba workshop lomba ye fo fendin lon dunia kono domoro betama nyillom international o tewoda number 1
amanke ba domola jandama
esa domo jang is atariya
wo mu kubandi
sa NAQAA sa futandin
oto sa NAQAA be mu CK's restaurant
ndafa nan janna mu yat ni manje dorom bijam
aban
CK's restaurant, known for best quality food and customer satisfaction.